Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
What's up, everybody? HTG Doug here, back again. This time we're going to be walking through Traverse Town. This is the second time you visit. And here we go. So we're going to start off right here at the world exit. As you can see, we're right in the middle of the first district. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to go find Leon. And as you can see, he is actually in the underground cavern. So the underground cavern, is actually in the second district, and it is actually on the other side of the hotel. So as you'll see, I'll jump down to the courtyard and actually go into the alleyway here on the left. As a little note, you do have to do one of the trinities to get in there. So you have the red trinity already. You got it for completing the last world. No, you got it for completing Deep Jungle, if I remember correctly. So you do have it. You just got to make sure that you clear off all the guys in the area, and then it'll pop up. And there you go. So we're going to enter the secret waterway, and as soon as we enter, you'll see Leon kind of swinging his sword back and forth over there. So all you do is go up and talk to him. He'll tell you that, he wants to make sure the keyholes are being sealed and everything, and he'll tell you that Traverse Town should have one as well, and he's going to ask you to go find it. It's very simple, not too hard to find. They basically tell you exactly what to do, so not too bad overall. Alright, so after you're done talking to him, just talk to him again. And he will ask, you will ask him about these gummy blocks that are actually navigation gummies, but he doesn't know that. So he sends you over to Sid. Sid was the guy that you met when you first entered Traverse Town. That was in the accessory shop, if you guys don't remember. So we're going to have to go back and talk to him, and then he's going to tell us what to do with them. See, I ran up these staircases because Sid actually will send us over to the third district to deliver a book for him, and that's actually the second entrance. But since we haven't opened the first entrance yet, I forgot that you can't get in through that way. So alright, so we're gonna basically go back the exact way we came, back through the alleyway door, and then back into the first district to talk to Sid, who was actually right behind the accessory shop. You actually probably saw me pass him on the way through the first time. And there you go. As you can see, you can skip all those heartless, so you don't really have to fight any of them. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not behind the accessory shop. For now, he's inside. After you talk to him this time, then he starts standing behind the accessory shop. So he kind of yells at you for not knowing what they are and stuff, and then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it, but the damage has already been done. So he tells you he'll install it for you, but he has to do this little thing, like I said, and he wants you to deliver this book. So you're going to have to take it all the way over to the third district and basically just drop it off for him. And once you drop it off, you can come back and he will have the gummy piece installed for you. Alright, so this is the actual last world in the first little circle of worlds, if you want to call it that. The next world that we go to will be Agrabah. I actually kind of like Agrabah. I didn't like it too much in Kingdom Hearts 2, but this one was actually a lot of fun. I like Jafar as a villain, so I think it's kind of interesting. And it's not too hard of a level, but they have a lot of different areas to go to, I guess you can call it. And it's a little... I like seeing the genie and everything, too. I think Robin Williams is hilarious. And, I mean, I don't know. I like the characters better in Aladdin than a lot of the other Disney movies, so I like Agrabah a lot. So as I said, we're going to be heading towards the third district. I don't know what that message says. I can't read it. Alright, wow, so that like one little blizzard attack basically killed that whole group of enemies, so. All you have to do is jump over the wall and you'll see the door with the fire in front of it. So all you have to do is cast fire on it. And then you'll see the mystical house option pop up and you just go through the door. So to get over there, you're going to want to basically just jump across these rocks. As you can see, they kind of move on you. So if you miss, you have to swim back and do it again. So just make sure you time your jump right and you should be fine. As you can see, for whatever reason, these didn't really move on me, or at least the two in the middle didn't, so hopefully you guys have the same luck. And once you get over here, all you have to do is just run around to the back and you will see a empty room option pop up. So I cut out a whole cutscene where you first meet Merlin, but basically he's just going to be standing there and all you have to do is just talk to him and he will tell you about the book and he will put it on the desk for you. For those of you that don't know, the book actually turns out to be the 100 Acre Wood world, which is Winnie the Pooh, for you guys that don't know. But the only way to access it really is, well, you can go into it anytime you want, but most of the pages are missing, so you will have to find the number of pages scattered throughout the worlds. They're pretty easy to find, they're kind of out of the way, but they're not really straight in your path either. Off the top of my head, I know there's one in Atlantica, there's one in Halloween Town, and there's a few others. I honestly can't remember where they are off the top of my head, but I know those two for a fact because they're kind of easy and they're kind of in funny places. So while I was here, I also talked to the fairy godmother and I gave her my summon gems. So now you can cast summon characters while you're in battle. I really don't ever use the summon characters. I mean, they're kind of cool, but they're not really all that useful. The only one that you'll probably end up using will be Tinkerbell because she replenishes your magic, if I remember that correctly. Which is good for like when you do the secret boss battles like the Phantom and everything. Because, you know, you have to cast magic on him to make him vulnerable, I guess you want to call it. So you're going to need a lot of magic. But other than that, I never even used the summon command in this entire playthrough. So I wouldn't worry about them too much. If you have them and you're in the area, sure, you can go do them. But if not, it's no big deal. So I cut out a whole another cutscene right there. For those of you that want to know, spoilers, you finally run into Riku. And he talks to you a little bit, tells you different things, and then, yeah. So you go into the vacant, or used to be the vacant house. Now it's not a vacant house because they live there. So I go in there and talk to Sid, and they tell you a little about Maleficent and about Hollow Basin, where they're from, and they tell you a little about Ansem as well. This, I don't know, this whole storyline got really confusing once the second game hit, so honestly, if you try to ask me about the story, I'm going to tell you I probably don't know because it got really confusing and I haven't played the second one in a while to really understand what happened. So, I don't, the whole Ansem and Basin, Hollow Basin, sorry, thing, it just really confuses me, so. But after you talk to Sid, he'll tell you that the book is delivered and that you should go and basically seal the keyhole. So as per usual, you can skip all these guys, but said I'm trying to gain a little experience, so I do kill them. It's also good to kill them too because you do have a chance of getting synthesis items, which will save you some time later on, but there is an ability called Lucky Strike that you can equip to all 3 characters that increases your chances of getting a synthesis item, so I wouldn't worry too much about trying to farm them until after you beat the game and you have the abilities, so. But just a heads up, you know, it is an option if you guys want to. Said I am currently cleaning up my playthrough, trying to get all the Trinities and all the Dalmatians and everything, and I still haven't even hit 15 hours yet, so there's plenty of time to catch up and to do a bunch of different things and not even hit 15 hours, so. Alright, so what you want to do is go back to 2nd District, as you can see, and go through the Gizmo shop and head up to the roof. Now, I do advise to be careful not to fall off because I have fallen off this a lot of times. So kind of take it easy a little bit. If you get too close to the edge, kind of back up. And you will see that I actually learned the ability Guard, which is amazing. Basically, you can guard attacks. So great defensive thing to have. So once you get it, I do recommend equipping it as soon as possible. So as you can see, I use the 2nd Trinity, which is the second one that you have to do in this game as part of the story. And all you want to do is ring the bell 3 times. As you can see, the fountain turns and it'll reveal a different picture. And once you turn it the 3rd time, you will see the keyhole. And you get to go down there and seal it. So I said very, very simple. This is basically just kind of cleaning up a bunch of different things that you need to get done, really. Said you need to get the navigation gummies installed, you need to seal the keyhole. It doesn't really do too much for the overall story, other than learning a little about Hollow Basin, but it's still kind of cool. I enjoy this Traverse Town. There's a lot of different rooftops you can climb on, and there's a lot of different things to do, so. Alright, so you're going to try to seal the keyhole, but as I promised you in the Traverse Town first visit walkthrough, you will see the guard armor again. So, as the same as usual, just lock onto him and just keep hitting him. Not very hard. Most of his attacks you'll block anyway and you'll get tech points for. And then he goes down very quickly, but the catch is he now changes into the opposite armor, which is basically the same guy except he's reversed. His feet are on the ground, his body's upside down, and his hands are on the bottom, his feet are where his arms used to be, and he kind of just circles around this circle. Wow, circles around in a circle. There you go. That's awesome. But basically the same rules apply. Just try to focus on one of his parts, so either his legs or his arms. And as you can see, they go down pretty quickly. It helps if you lock on because he does kind of move around a little bit more than the guard armor did. He has a few new attacks, but as you can see, I really don't get hit all that often. And it's very easy to just take 2 steps to your left or right and avoid the attacks that he does. So, and as you can see, when you defeat one of them, you get a lot of green health bars, or health balls, sorry. As you can see, like that ball of light energy thing kind of went right through me. Oh, and there it came back around and got me. Look, spoke too soon. But as you can see, most of them don't even hit me, and when they do, they don't really do that much damage. So I barely lost any health, and I gained plenty of health balls to get my health back up. So really not too much to worry about. And you can dodge most of his attacks just by stepping to your left or right. I do not have the scan ability yet, which is the scan ability shows you the enemy's health bar, and I really miss it. Usually when I play through this game, when I'm not speedrunning, I will actually farm experience points on Destiny Islands until I get to level 16, which is when you get it if you pick the sword. And I'll just farm until level 16 so I can get scanned, because I hate playing this game without knowing what your enemy's health is. I don't know why, it's one of those things that just kind of drives me nuts, so I really don't like not knowing how many times I have to hit my opponent. So, alright, so after you beat him, you'll seal the keyhole, as you can see. And it kind of just disappears into the butterfly wall mural thing. And you also gained arrow, as you saw, which, as I said earlier in a previous video, it helps you, or it increases your defense so you can take more hits, which is, as you can guess, pretty helpful if you are having trouble with a particular boss. You can cast it to give yourself a little bit of an edge. But it takes it takes a little bit of your magic, or like more than what Cure will, so it really is a toss-up how you play. You can either increase your defense, or you can wait and cure yourself. It's really, I just personally prefer to cure myself, but it's really up to you guys. So that's really just about it for this video. Like I said, not much going on. You just basically have to come back and seal the keyhole and get your navigation gummy installed so you can go on to the next world. You do find Pinocchio in the accessory shop, but I cut out the whole cutscene where you're talking to him, so he'll basically tell you that he hasn't found his father yet. So there you go. There's the trophy for stealing the keyhole, and as you can see, the little warp hole is there. And well, next time we will go through that warp hole to get to Agrabah. So come back and check us out, and be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to us and vote on YouTube. See you guys.